Okay, so when we left off, we were talking about congruent angles. Now we're going to talk about the angle addition postulate, and it's basically part whole, except for this time instead of part whole for segments, it's part whole for angles. So in this first scenario, I have the yellow angle, and I just made these degrees up, is 100 degrees. The blue angle, I made up, it's 40 degrees, and so it makes sense that the yellow plus the blue would have to add up to the whole angle, AOC, would be 140 degrees. Now we have one special case of this. In this other scenario over here, we always know that a straight angle is 180 degrees, always a straight line is 180. So in this case, it would make sense that the yellow angle, if it's 70, then the blue angle would have to be 110, since these two have to add up to 180. Okay, so let's look at a homework example in homework example 5. So we know that TSW, T to the S to the W, if I trace it, we don't know that. That's what we're looking for. RST, R to the S to the T, is 50 degrees. And we know that RSW, R to the S to the W, this whole thing is 125. So I hope you're thinking right now, instead of adding this time, I should subtract, because I have the whole minus the part this time. Right, so that would be, what, 65? $75. My bad. 75. Alright, degrees is how much angle TSW is. Alright, let's look at, since we had the whole and we were missing a part, we just subtracted the one part we knew. Let's look at part B. Okay, this time angle AOB is 35. A to the O to the B is 35 degrees. So how many degrees is EOD? No, BOD, my bad. First of all, let's find BOD. So this green angle, well, I know that this is a straight line, and so I know that those angles are back-to-back, form a line together. So they have to add up to 180 degrees. They're, we'll talk about tomorrow, are called a linear pair. So if 35 plus, we'll call it X, has to add up to 180 degrees, I could just subtract 35. So X would equal 145 degrees. Okay, and now we're supposed to find, in part 2, EOD. A couple of different strategies. If you know properties of your vertical angles, feel free to use those. Otherwise, I would use the fact that the green and the blue angle make a line together. These are 180 degrees. So I already know the green part of that whole 180 degrees is 145. Subtracted from 180 would be 35 degrees. Okay, so this one was 145 and this one was 35. Alright, let's step it up a notch. Let's do it now with this figure. Okay, use the figure at right to solve the problems for below. So M to the L to the P. M to the L to the P is 85 degrees. And P to the L to the O, P to the L to the O is 20 degrees. The question is, how much is M to the L to the O? M to the L to the O. So that would be the red and the blue angles combined. So I would use the angle addition postulate, part plus part equals whole, to add the two angles together to get 105 degrees. Okay, let's look at one more. Okay, this time same drawing, new numbers. LPO, L to the P to the O is 155 degrees. And the question is, what is O to the P to the N? Well, I know that these form a line together, and I know that all lines make 180 degrees. So 180 minus 155 would be 25 degrees. And we'll stop right there, and I'll meet you in the next video where we start some of this with algebra.